All you ever want to do is play. So let's play.
Yeah. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke.
Yeah, hey, well, we can hold the peace so we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Rilla gang, that's a true name. We all graduated to the two-door. Sacred Global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest, and I'm tired of niggas. They front they blessings, they want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got two. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with king, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown.
You are the king and apology.
You about to see a new side of me. I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empire fall, my legacy grows.
So why don't you make like a tree and get out of here?
Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony, ivory, nobody knows. Business.
He's heating up.
Can grow. Everyone promises more than they actually do. We don't deliver on anything other than
You
truth.
can't be at least mildly interesting and shut the hell up.
I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real
Take a big
freak.
step
New
back
throne for the new
and literally
king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke.
I'm your huckleberry.
Stay woke, real mode.
Just my game.
Real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. You really have people fooled out here, don't you?
Come on, man.
When are you peasants gonna learn that you can't pretend?
Lieutenant Dang.
It ends today.
What is the best move to silence a woman?
Full Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testicles, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 1900 and 29 of the Daily Mother. Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and ye old hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, yo, back with another episode, and today's episode of the Pimpcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flexin' on all you.
Fucking Catalina wine.
It's a fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina
wine mixer.
All right, it is the fucking Catalina wine mixer, and yes, we have a lovely nut to bust open in just a moment. Welcome to the show, fam. Make sure you hit that like button right now because we are about to get into it, and it's about to get fucking dirty. And you know how dirty we get on the Daily Swole. It's just sloppy. It is just a hot fucking mess, but that is exactly how we
Is this a list
like
of
it.
things I did to your mom last night?
That's how we like it. It is Tainty Tuesday, so make sure you are dropping in the comments down below if some of you are new. Maybe some of you, it's your first Tainty Tuesday, but as you well know, today is a day where you need to not be a biche, not be a boosh, because you don't want to end up like Tainty Magooch. You don't, you don't, you don't. No one wants to be a Tainty Magooch. Now, what does a Tainty Magooch mean to you? We have to define that because some of you might be tuning into the daily stream, for the first time. This is your first Daily Swole, your first Daily Swole daily stream live every fucking day right here on YouTube, on Facebook. We're live on Odyssey. We're live on Rumble. Just started streaming every single day on Odyssey and Rumble. Got a couple accounts over there, so make sure you go to the Daily Swole one. Make sure you subscribe there because I got a few hundred, almost 1,000 over there on the Swolenormous channel on Odyssey. But if you like to catch the stream elsewhere, make sure you go and check those out as well because sometimes YouTube can be fickle. You might not get your alerts, but of course, if you are a part of the Swole fam, you get your Swole text, you get your Discord alert, you get your Telegram alert, you get alerted as part of the Swole fam. And yesterday's episode was our accountability meeting. Speaking of the Swole fam, how about those new releases, fam? We have brand new apparel. That's a big announcement. Brand new apparel dropping this week. And much sooner than this week. Like, we're dropping it ASAP. Most likely it's going to be finalized and up today. And I actually expanded the roster of brand new apparel. So for those of you that might have missed yesterday's accountability meeting, that is pinned to the top of the private Facebook group. And it's also inside your priority access section of Swole TV. But that release was absolute fire. Absolute fire. So get ready to jump on papaswolio.com because we're going to have that collection going live very, very likely today. It's going to be sick, and I can't wait for mine to come in.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
Trust me, when you see this new design, if you weren't there yesterday, I'm not going to talk about it until it's officially up, and then I'm going to be blasting it all fucking week. All fucking week. So before we get into the tip, because I'm talking about Swolenormous Apparel at papaswolio.com, remember, head on over there, papaswolio.com, and as a listener of the show, you can save 10% off with your order, on your order, with code DAILYSWOLE, all one word. Make sure you use code DAILYSWOLE for 10% off your order at papaswolio.com. Got all the apparel, got nuts on chin gear, got Swole privilege gear, red, white, and Swole, guns, bacon, and freedom. We got all the Swolenormous apparel. We got the Swole fam apparel. We got the fucking fitness falcon. We got so much stuff, and we're going to have that new drop. And of course, if you're already a member, log into your account. You'll see right there at the top of the page your special code for 20% off for being a member. And that's just a way to make sure that the Swole fam has every optimal opportunity to cover your nips. You got to cover your nips with Swolenormous Apparel. How are you going to, if you're going to cover your gains, you better cover it with Swolenormous Apparel. You better. Don't be fucking covering your nips with some jabroni brand out there, all right? Otherwise, let them free. Free the nip. Let them go. Let them go. Let them out there. Let them out there. All right. Shall we get into this tip? Again, hit that like button. We are available everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, everywhere you like to bang your ear holes. And of course, everywhere you like to bang your eye holes. Go to thedailyswole.com for all the links. That being said, let's get into today's episode. We have a great one. Drop in the comments down below what a tainty magooch means to you. What do you define? How do you define a tainty magooch? And drop in the comments too. What did you smash today? Did you go to the fucking gym? Did you make your fucking gains? You better have. Falcon, let's get today's party started. Take us away for the busting of a nut. Thank you so much, Falcon. Excellent, excellent caw. Put some respect on it.
USA, greatest country in the world.
That's a nice card. That's a nice card, Falcon. That's a nice card. Leo, still drinking like a raging out. Put the fucking champagne down every goddamn day. Every day. Leo, you're not supposed to treat the 7 pillars like that, bro. Just because pillar number 7 is consistency doesn't mean you drink every fucking day. I mean, it's like 1 o'clock. As Leo famously said, it's 1 o'clock somewhere, I guess. Okay, hashtag Tainty Magooch. That's a nice card. Look at that sexy beige. Oh my God, we're looking good. You're looking good, Tessie. Looking fantastic. Ah, yes.
The only thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Look at that doll's eyes. Look at that sexy beach. Hashtag Tainty Magooch for a chance to win today's Swole card. Remember, don't be a beach, don't be a boosh, or you'll end up like Tainty Magooch, and we don't want that. So let's see here. Oh my God, what a great show we have. Let's get into the tip, shall we, everyone? Take a nice big, get that moisture going on in your mouth. Let's spit on it and get into that tip, shall we? Ooh, it's juicy. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. Ooh, it is cold outside. Let's jump into today's first post. Let's kick it off today with Christopher. Cristobal to the house.
What's in the box?
Cristobal to the main stage. All right. Hey fam, just wanted to share a victory outside of the fitness realm that this beesh starts a new job next Monday, making almost double my current salary. Very excited for this new journey. Now I have more money to spend on Papa Swole gear. Hashtag fuck average, go to the fucking gym. All right. Well, someone's got the right idea, especially after the release yesterday. Definitely. Look, I'm spending money on Papa Swole. I can't wait to get that new stuff in. I cannot fucking wait. That's going to look so good on stickers. That's going to look so good on, like I said, stickers, mugs, hats. It's going to look sick. I can't fucking wait. So congratulations, Christopher. And also don't forget that grass-fed beef, bro. Don't forget that grass-fed beef. More money, mas beef. Give me all the bacon and eggs that you have. Give me all of them. All right. Let's see what we got from C-Bone. What do we got here? Okay, fam. My birthday is next week. Ooh, happy birthday. Some gorillas for you, Christine. My go-to dessert is usually a sticky toffee pudding with dates and other good stuff. But what is your birthday dessert treat? Okay, well, I have a fucking steak. I eat my food and I say, thank you for playing. Yow. Birthday dessert treat. I don't like treats. I don't like that idea. I'm not a fucking dog. I don't give myself treats. I eat what I want for the right reasons. That's my approach, but I don't know. I'm not sure about that. No treats. My Papa Swole gets treats. She gets a little bit of raw liver that Mama Swole and I didn't have, so she gets a little bit extra. All right. Loretta. Got my next Swole card. Love my Swole fridge. Look at that. I like it. God damn. That's a Swole fridge, all right. So we got the red, white, and Swole. We got the Swole privilege and a Tainty Magooch. Considering today's Tainty Magooch, very nice. Grass-fed or nothing. Damn. Hashtag go to the fucking gym and put the cookie down. Yow. Who told you to eat my cookies? Who told you you eat my cookies? Who told you to eat my cookies? Who told you to eat my cookies? They're my cookies. They belong to me. Yow. We got a couple other great posts I want to get into, but let's also float a brand news story. Now, here we go. I know a lot of you have, here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, as always. Obviously, Afghanistan is fucking imploding because of the horrific leadership of our administration. Now, you know, a lot of you have served, and a lot of you maybe have someone that you love or care about that has served, or unfortunately, hopefully not, has perished since serving since like 2002 or so. But you can start dropping your comments down below. I mean, I'm not going to go through, and here's the thing. I love this country, but I'm no expert on this whole situation. But I remember where I was on September 11th, and there's a lot of there's a lot of issues with what happened and the execution of that. A lot of you are going to remember. But, you know, most of us, pretty much everyone here was alive and conscious and aware of that situation for the most part. But I'm definitely no expert on foreign policy. I'm definitely no expert on what literally has just happened, aside from trying to pull a Band-Aid right off and just the wound barely being like not even, it's kind of like the wound that shouldn't have had a Band-Aid on it because it was too big it was too much blood flow for a Band-Aid, or you just pulled it off, didn't let the wound actually close. So a lot of you have served, like I said. So you could drop your thoughts down below, and this isn't gonna we're gonna go into some shit posts and all these different things. This is probably the ultimate shit post, but I can't. We can't go another moment without at least throwing this fucking bone out there. We know that it's been all over the mainstream media, and honestly, I start going down a different path thinking about anytime there's something that's being blasted in mainstream, especially the mainstream media, which is literally the arm of the Democratic Party. And it doesn't matter. Like, we literally have a uniparty going on. The government is fucking corrupt as shit. I think we can all agree on that. Democrats, Republicans, it's a hot fucking mess. And which is why a lot of us were opting out of all the propaganda where it comes to nutrition, when it comes to our own personal health. We have to take personal responsibility for ourselves. Now, that being said, when it comes to this type of media blasting, you really have to ask yourself, why is this on every single headline? Not that it's not a big deal. Obviously, it's a huge deal, but you have to understand that this is also not the only thing that's going on in the world. Think about this. This is not the only thing that's going on in the world. Nothing has changed, right? We still have unemployment. We still have all these fucking lockdowns and shutdowns. New Zealand and Australia, it's fucking 1984 over there. There's a lot of stuff going on that has not changed. We're just adding to the fucking shit pile. So honestly, as horrible as this is and as tragic as this situation is, you have to ask yourself, well, why is this? Why now? Why this fucking moment? Why now? What is it being distracted from? Like, what else? Everything else is still going on. You still have forest fires that are raging in California. You have these droughts in the Southwest. I just saw, some of you that might live down there, you can drop in the comments, but we have the forest fires. We have interstate shipping issues. I don't know if a lot of you have noticed, but I've seen it even in just orders from Amazon or UPS or FedEx. There's a lot of things that are getting damaged and lost. I've had so many packages recently been lost. The standard infrastructure in our country, just with our connection to other states and with interstate commerce, is falling apart. I was in Clubhouse listening to conversations about vaccinations and non-vaccinations and truckers, that there are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of shortages for trucking companies. They don't have like 15,000, for example, one company that this woman was working for, she's a trucker, there are 9,000 drivers and 15,000 trucks. So these regulations or these proposals to have vaccination requirements, for example, for interstate travel is absolutely fucking insane. And who is that going to come down to? Who is that going to hurt? That's going to hurt lower class people that don't. The wealth disparity is going to be increasing, but a lot of the average person that is super skeptical, and rightfully so, or hesitant and not wanting to just inject anything that fucking government says to put in their body. This country is essentially just runs on keeping people sick. Notice how there's been absolutely, I can move this off because I'm not going to read through the whole fucking article. You know what's going on. A lot of you probably know more about it than me. Like I said, I'm no expert on Afghanistan. A lot of you have served, and you can, drop your shit in the comments. I have my own thoughts about it. I just want to kind of throw that out there. But notice how there's been no talk of health. We've been talking about it every fucking day since the start of the pandemic. We've been talking about how the evolutionary pressure for the virus, implementing a vaccine mid-pandemic, is going to pressure the virus to mutate faster, that this is going to be endemic. And now all of a sudden they're saying, oh my God, this virus is never going anywhere. No shit. It's like fucking herpes. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to keep on. Viruses evolve. That's why the flu hasn't disappeared. It's a virus. It's never going to go away. Stop fear-mongering as if like, oh my God, now it's going to be here forever. What the fuck do you think where's the actual science here? Where are the scientists that understand, this is how viruses work. They don't go away. They're going to be here. It's called evolution. It's called adaptation. And we are actually perpetuating this. And guess who's going to get filthy fucking rich? The pharmaceutical companies that are going to be giving boosters for the next century. So, this is just a lot of bullshit all over. It's a fucking shit salad everywhere. And you know how I feel about salad.
That's fucking bullshit.
But you have to wonder, when this kind of stuff, in this moment, when this kind of shit is taking over the headlines with Afghanistan, why now? Why this fucking moment? And when this is taking all the bandwidth from these mainstream media sources, what is not being discussed? What's on page 15, right? What is not, like, none of the other issues disappeared. None of the other issues have disappeared. They're being amplified, right? I read about the increase in food and food stamp monthly funding, what, like 120 million to 150. Where do you think this money's coming from? Just fucking hitting a button, print more. And what happens when you're not adding value to a system and you're just inflating the currency? Shit's falling apart, and it's falling apart fast. So yeah, I mean, maybe this is honestly, here's the thing. It makes me think that this was a pullout. And here, ready? I know, look, this is just the tip, but think about this. What if, because yeah, money, and like Pedro just said, war makes money. Absolutely. That's why we're at war all the time, to back the petrodollar, to make sure we keep the US dollar as the global reserve currency. You know how I feel about Bitcoin. That's going to take over, whatever the time frame will be. But when you look at this situation, maybe it was just too stagnant. It was too stagnant. I don't know. You ever think that maybe this was done on purpose to reinstigate the conflict so we can go back in, because we have to fix what we started? And oh my God, we have to go back. It's unstable, and China and Russia are going to go in. Just makes you think, why now? What's being distracted from? So you can drop your thoughts down below, but make sure, no matter whatever's being told and pushed to you, remember, this is fear. These are scare tactics. Afghanistan is not right here in our country, but why is this taking over everything in the news? Yes, it's a big deal, but why now? What are we not talking about? What else is happening? What's going on under the table? Who's getting jerked off? Like, the world hasn't stopped. This is just all that's being talked about. So think about it. I mean, do you think that there is just that much stupidity, or do you think this is just some real sinister, passive-aggressive shit? It's just, this is a great way to allow, for example, China or Russia to get more of a stronghold in these areas, to create more conflict, and then again, bring back and just restart that military-industrial complex and that war machine, and just kind of gear that back up for the next perpetual, never-ending issue and struggle between Oceania and East Asia and all that shit, right? Anyway, just some thoughts here, but stick together, fam. Keep your eyes and ears open, and don't ignore what's right in front of your fucking ball sack. All right, think for yourself. Think. And this is not conspiracy stuff. This is just, hey, thinking through and having a conversation and opening your mind to maybe your best interests aren't in the forefront of Joe Biden's fading mind, which he definitely didn't make any of these decisions. He's reading from a fucking teleprompter, which means he can't even obviously presidents do that, but he can barely read. He can barely read from a teleprompter, and his aides and everyone else is pulling the fucking puppet strings. That guy is just a fucking corpse, a vertical corpse. All right, Michaela, intermittent fasting question. Oh boy, get some booze. All right, settle down. Oh, come on.
How dare you?
Everyone, calm your fucking tits. It's all right. We need to have okay. All right. Michaela, don't worry, I'll answer your question, but obviously the entire Daily Swole crew goes apeshit when someone brings up intermittent fasting. All right, Michaela, intermittent fasting question. Okay, I'm not sure what the question is or how you can have a question about not eating all day, but let's see. So I wanted to start intermittent fasting for health reasons, but do an early schedule like 6 to 2 p.m. or 7 to 3 p.m. Anyone do this? Sure, do it. Do it. I wanted to know how you start day one. Like, of course, by 3, I'll have eaten less than a day's worth of food. So do you force feed a meal in at 3? Or do you kind of go hungry the first day and then your body sorts itself out over a couple weeks? Yes. Just stop eating all day. That's it. Sorry if I sound like an idiot. Well, you don't sound like an idiot, but yeah. I mean, it's just a time-restricted eating window. So just don't eat all day long. You eat your calories within a time-restricted eating window. And the 6 to 2 or 7 to 3, that's arbitrary. You don't have to do an 8-hour. You could do 6 hours or 4 hours. I really have, if anything, I might have some honey or a couple dates, or we had some raw liver today. But Mama Swole and I, we eat once a day. Sometimes something in the later afternoon and then a dinner. Like, it's that simple. You just eat more, less often. That's it, depending on what your caloric needs are. But if you're eating quality food, just eat. I eat to my heart's content. I just stuff my face, and then that's it. That's how I do it. That's how it is. You don't need to be eating all day, all throughout the day. You shouldn't be eating all day throughout the day. You shouldn't be eating nonstop. Your body needs recovery from that. Your body will be better off digestive wise and also with focus. So intermittent fasting literally just means not eating all fucking day, skipping breakfast or whatever it is. So you could do it in the morning and then you're just not eating afterwards. So you're eating all your calories from 7 to 3. So if you're doing that in the morning, you need to eat. Just eat. Just eat. And then after that time frame, in general, you just don't eat. It doesn't have to be like, oh, the clock strikes. Your body doesn't fucking know if it's 6 hours or 5 hours or 5.5. If you ate at 3:30, oh my God. Your body doesn't know that specifically, but if you're consistent with it, you'll adapt to it. Personally, I like to do the reverse. I don't like to eat earlier in the day. I wake up, I don't like to eat until at least the late afternoon or early evening. Just don't eat all day long. All right, fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck you. Oh my God. All right. We got a post here from the Telegram. Fuck me. Why does this look so good? Got some rice, eggs, and bison, ground bison, bison heart, and liver. Fuck yeah, dude.
Your father was a woman.
That's a good meal. That's a good meal. We had steak. We had steak, ribeye, and eggs last night. Fucking delicious. Delicious, delicious, and nutritious. All right, and our last Swole Fam post. What we got here?
What's in the box?
We got one from Steph. All right, Steph. I don't know why I have to say it like that. Steph, I have to. My toe is still healing, but I can do workouts in shoes if it doesn't require balancing in any way or heavy cardio. Basically, we've been taking walks and I'm doing chair yoga. The fridge is full of healthy foods again. The most difficult thing I've had to do is teach 8-year-olds that sustainable living is important. They take a whole apple each, take 2 bites, and leave it outside for the bugs. We have been working on shopping sustainably, buying local, seasonally fresh foods, and kids just don't comprehend the work that goes into growing and harvesting their food. I think we may have to take a farm field trip to help them see what goes into getting an apple or bacon to the farmer's market so they understand. Yeah, it's called educating your kids. Very nice. Always a good decision. Always a good decision. Always a good idea. Always a good idea. All right, Steph, thank you so much for sharing. And how many of you go to farmers markets and show your kids maybe like farm to table? That's usually a good process to, again, let them appreciate what it goes into actually creating these foods. For those of you that are maybe thinking about joining the Swole Fam, of course, we just finished up our special recently, the birthday, the Swole Since Birth special. But remember, if you are ready to join the Swole Fam today, head on over. The link is in the description down below and also at the bottom of the page, swolenormousx.com. So all these posts that we read today were from the private Telegram, from the private Discord, from the private Facebook group, from the Swole Fam itself. And we have everything you need to crush your 7 pillars inside Swolenormous X. So if you're watching right now, you're seeing me train back at my old place. You're seeing all the yoga girls demonstrating. We got Costa Rica. We have just amazing locations for a lot of these backdrops. And we have everything that you need in Swolenormous X. We have hundreds of yoga classes. We have full programs. We got 3 or 4 full programs that will take you through like a year and a half of training. We have 7-minute workouts. We have brain gains meditation sessions. We literally have everything that you need from the comfort of your own home. And a lot of you are going through lockdowns again or restrictions. And here's another thing, actually, that I do want to talk about as we get into some knowledge cock. There's a lot of you probably, and I really want to hear because, you know, those of you that are watching live, you're from all around the world. There are a lot of shortages. So whether or not your state or your location is actually locking down again, doesn't mean your gym will stay open. And I've been saying this for a while. You need to start stocking up on equipment to train at home. Even if your gym is open, it's not going to stay open if there's no one to work the front desk. Now, there was an issue in my area because I was supposed to go to the range last night, and they closed early because of staffing issues. And this is in Florida when everything is open, there's no mask mandates, like everything is open. You could do what you want to, based on like a business. But if a business doesn't have someone to work, and if you're getting free money, if they're just passing out free fucking money to people and unemployment is just, blum, 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 just pumping out and the money printer's going burr, who's going to work at a desk at a gym for 10, 15 bucks an hour when they can make the same amount sitting on their ass playing fucking Fortnite? So this is what can also shut your gyms down. So just because your area might be open doesn't mean your gym is going to be open. And this is a huge fucking problem. This is what happens when you give people free fucking money and the country doesn't produce anything. And everyone wants to be a YouTuber, an Instagram celebrity, and you're just creating bullshit content on fucking OnlyFans. Like, where's the actual value? All the manufacturing is exported, right? It's imported from overseas, right? China and Taiwan, all these other countries. It's a huge problem. So we're getting paid not to work. So people aren't working. And why would you work when you can just sit around and collect a free fucking check? So just because your place, and this is you don't have to take my advice from this, but just because your gym is open doesn't mean they have people to staff the gym. Doesn't mean they have people to clean the gym. Doesn't mean they have enough people to go there that can actually cover the cost. So just because things are open doesn't mean it's going to stay open. So I'm just saying, make sure that you are thinking about this and planning for those lockdowns, because if you think it's starting to get if you think it's starting to get more and more authoritarian and draconian now, wait till the weather gets cooler. It's going to absolutely lock the fuck down. If you live in a city or a state that has locked down before in the past, it's going to happen again. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if they don't lock everything the fuck down. I'd be absolutely fucking shocked. So just prepare for that. And yeah, your home gym is always open. So now's the time to get stuff while you still have things in stock, while you can still get weight plates and dumbbells and people are still selling stuff, because it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. So, all right. That being said, let's get into some questions. If you do have a question, we'll take a couple in the comments. If you have a question, drop in the comments. Ask Papa Swole. Use the hashtag AskPapaSwole. And of course, if you want a chance to win today's Swole card, drop that tainty magooch. Papa Swole and OnlyFans. No, only Swole, baby. Only Swole. That's apparel. I have that apparel. I have that tank. Only Swole. Only Swole. It's the only Swole you need. All right, Matthew. Papa Swole, would a wider grip on barbell rows shift some of the load onto the lats? Yeah, I actually like doing a snatch grip deadlift. So I go with a narrow stance and a real wide grip with wraps for deadlifts, and that really crushes the lats because you're forced into a lot of pressure and like an isometric shoulder extension. So you're really hitting the lats isometrically in a big way when you're doing wide grip deadlifts. And when it comes to rows, you have to figure out what works best for you, because you can hit a different part of the lat. You might feel it a little bit in a different place. But of course, there's many different ways to increase the stretch and increase the development of the lats. And there's so many different angles. You can pull from a wider position. You can really round the back and get a full stretch. So whether or not you're hitting the more of the origin, the lower lats, or you're getting more of the insertion point will depend on will depend on the angle and will depend on the stretch. So I would definitely recommend trying those different things, so long as you're not curling your wrist and putting pressure. That's one of the problems. If you're going a different position, people they're thinking about their arms and they forget about their forearms, and they tend to overflex, and you can get tendonitis or issues like that, or move and shift the stress more towards your grip or to your forearms rather than your lats. So just make sure that you're not activating other muscle groups unnecessarily. So it's definitely a good strategy to mix up those angles. That's a good question. That's the $1 million question, isn't it? Tyler, why is Biden fucked up in the head? He has dementia. He's an old man. He's a very old man. He's literally dying in front of our eyes. I mean, most of these politicians are just fucking dying before our eyes. They're literally just fading fast. So if you think that he's running the country, you're missing it. He's not making cogent decisions. He has That's the problem with the institutionalized brainwashing from our universities. You're getting all these aids, and what is not that Biden has AIDS.
I arrive in America's airport with clothing, US dollars, and a jar of gypsy tears to protect me from AIDS.
His aides, AIDS, are all in their 20s and mid 20s probably, fresh out of college, fresh out of their Marxist institutions and entering, and they're running the show. It's all his advisors or people that are trying to prop him up to make more money, grab more power. And if you think that they care, if you think that the government cares about your well-being and whether or not you have food on the table and whether or not your individual rights are being protected, there's probably a few good politicians out there, and everyone can have their own opinions, but it's when you're at that kind of a level, right? When you're at that kind of a level, it just becomes a number of which Biden can't even remember. So when you just start thinking about millions of people, you can't comprehend what 330 million people. It's too much. It's too much, right? One death is a tragedy. What is that? Stalin, right? One death is a tragedy. A million deaths is a statistic. It's just, think about all the millions of people that are suffering in Africa and all these like destitute places in third world countries. No one's talking about them half the time. They exist every single day. That's going on every single day. It just becomes a blur, and it becomes an untenable number and something that we can't comprehend. It's like thinking about the universe, right? There's more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on the earth. It just doesn't, it's so, you can't even compute it in your brain. It's just such a big number. We just can't understand it because we're not supposed to understand that. Our brains are not that advanced in the sense that we can comprehend that kind of a large quantity. Some people can to an extent, but it's really hard to have empathy for a number that large. It's just, we're designed to have one-on-one interaction. We're designed to be, man, woman, killing animal, hunt, gather food, survive, sleep. I'm cold. Let me get hot. I'm hot. Let me get cold. It's just really, when you start talking about millions and billions, like, whoa. That's why we're not supposed to be governed by a central body. That's why government tends to fail. Large governments tend to fail and become authoritarian because you try to herd the masses like sheep. Any of you farm? You know how you herd sheep, right? You see the dogs. Anyone watch Babe, right? You see your movies, the pig herds the sheep. So that's why smaller government and smaller communities, that's why humans are just naturally tribal, because we're supposed to be tribal. We're supposed to connect with a small group of people that can be sustainable on a smaller scale, but we're stacked on top of each other in these weird buildings that just pack millions of people into a couple square miles. It's just not how technology has advanced much more quickly than human evolution, than psychological, just physical. We're the same people. We're the same physical bodies that we were 10,000 years ago for the most part. But technology has ramped up so dramatically. It's like bringing a cell phone back 10,000 years. You'd be like, oh, what's this magic and sorcery? But if you took one of those, if you went back in time and grabbed a baby from ancient Egypt and then you raised them in the United States, it'd be the same fucking thing. They wouldn't know anything different. They'd be like, oh, look, internet. They would just grow up like a normal kid. Let's see here. El Chuba Libre. And of course, these are all my opinions and thoughts and on the fly. So you could drop your thoughts down below. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong or whatever, but it just makes sense. Usually using logic and common sense takes you in the right direction for the most part. Papa Swole, what would be a good maximum age for the president of the United States when they start at the office? Maximum or minimum, you mean? So like they can't start 55, 60? Look, you can't, it's hard really to say that too. It's hard to say that too, because it doesn't mean that someone who's 65 or 70 doesn't have good input. So I just don't think there should necessarily be, what's the minimum already? Is it 35? Maximum age. I don't know about a maximum age. I just think we can bring someone in. Like, couldn't we get someone that's a little bit, I don't know, 40s or like 50s? Like, come on, man. Like 75, fucking 78. This guy, career politician that has never passed anything of value in his fucking life. Just a career corrupt politician. Great. Sign him up. But that's what happens when you vote for someone because you hate the other person rather than because he's a good candidate. When you have two options, and most people in like recent elections are like rocking a hard place with either person, right? 2016, 2020, 2012. I mean, most people are like, I don't like this guy. I like this guy. This guy I hate more than this guy, so I'll vote for the guy I hate less. Rarely do you have someone, and that's subjective, but a lot of people feel that way. So it's brutal. It's brutal for a lot of people. Let's see. Sam, bro, you ain't wrong about the schools. Wife's going to graduate school, and I swear her classes, even though she's going for forensic psychology to help police, bashed anything she stated with pro-police or military and how everyone is mean and don't hurt people's feelings. I swear, I was like, what the fuck is this? Is this a school or a brainwashing institution? Yeah, unfortunately, the latter. No joke. I mean, save your fucking money. Don't go into debt for garbage institutions and garbage education. Learn a trade, learn a skill. Honestly, you're better off today, in my opinion. You're better off learning, how to do stuff online digitally, but you're better off learning a trade like carpenter or being a plumber or being an electrician. I mean, we need people that the manual labor jobs, those are skills. You need to know what the fuck you're doing, right? You're an electrician. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're going to die. I mean, people need plumbing. And these are things that always are necessary. I mean, you're going to make a lot more money and you're going to be able to, and you can also learn skills and learn how to do coding or learn how to do web development and stuff like that on the side, and proper investment. Like, learn a trade, learn a skill that can't be just replaced. You can't just replace people that know plumbing and be like, oh, well, we'll just digitally do it. I mean, you need the shit to go somewhere. Your toilet's clogged. You don't want a YouTube influencer to come fucking fix your goddamn toilet. And and I think a lot of these positions have just gotten bad raps. Like, oh, I don't want to be a fucking plumber. It's like, what? You don't want to work, create value with your hands and actually accomplish tasks and problem solve. And I mean, what does glamour have to do with it? You're working to make money, and then you can invest your money or use that to buy goods and buy hard assets like Bitcoin and stuff like that. I mean, it's better than sitting on your fucking ass and waiting for a goddamn check and daddy to wipe your ass. Hey, I appreciate it, Caden. Thanks for the super chat. Not required, but much appreciated. Thank you. Spank you, beach. Steal your humanity. I can't say that just straight. I have to be like, steal your humanity. Just South Park. Took your jobs. Yeah. All right, Papa Swole goes, working out while sick, still beneficial. Been sick the last week and still hitting workouts with dumbbells at home. Beneficial, I would say. You've probably heard the thing, right? If it's from the neck up versus the neck down, I really would say do yoga, drink plenty of water, focus on your sleep, meditation, sauna, things like that. I would not recommend if you're sick. Everyone judges sickness differently, especially in the last year and a half. Everyone's like, sickness, do you have the Rona? But you can feel under the weather and feel kind of like funky. And that's your body fighting off infection. So it depends on what you mean by sick, like a little stuffy nose, or do you feel like you're coughing your brain out? There's different types of not feeling good. You're dehydrated, so you have a little bit of a headache. I mean, take care of yourself. If you're not feeling well, that's usually a sign that you shouldn't be crushing yourself, because then you're weakening your immune system by training. Again, training, like working out, lowers your immune function. It lowers your because your body is working to, like, long-term, chronically, it'll improve yourself. It'll improve your health and build bone density and connective tissue. And it's good to exercise. But in the moment, in the short term, when you cause inflammation, your body's recovering and your body is working to repair the damage you've done. There's like temporary setbacks. Like, you can work out and then get sick because your body is trying to repair the damage you did. And it was in a compromised position when you got exposed to any virus, whether it's the flu or vid or something like that. Make sure you're also dropping hashtag #TaintyMagooch. We'll take a few more questions. It's getting bugs. Yes, Falcon, I know. She's looking sexy. Looks like you roughed her up. Looks like you roughed her up last night. Goddamn fucking horse. Tyler, how should I position my back when going down to do an RDL, barbell, and back up? Flat back, chin tucked in, push your tongue to the roof of your mouth to activate your cervical flexors. And yeah, watch the videos on Swolenormous X. Watch the instructional video library. Flat back, soft, but I don't want to say straight knees, but, unlocked, drive your hips back, flat back. LB, I'm in college. I'm going into software development, so I need that kind of degree. I'm glad my professors are all emotionless and dull. Well, there's still a few things that aren't going to be completely, overtaken by this type of ideology, but very few things. So yeah, look, college can be beneficial, but seriously, many of the things that people are spending 150 grand, I'm not even sure what the average is anymore, but it's ridiculous because it's all inflated. And one of the reasons why is administrative fees, and you have all these, equality divisions, and everyone's got to get their taint rubbed and no one can be offended. So you have all these other commissions that are analyzing all these bullshit complaints. And this is what happens when you're living a fiat system where you just can print whatever money you want. And then you just have all these positions that are literally just gumming up the system rather than focusing on educating people properly. So there are some degrees that you might require, but at the same time, honestly, look, here's the thing, this economy works off debt. So what better way than to get people in debt as quickly as possible? That's how this whole system runs. Okay. It's terrible. It's smoke and mirrors. It's a house of cards. So they get you in debt as quickly as possible. So let's say you don't go to college and you learn a trade. Okay. Maybe you're interning this is what used to happen with an apprenticeship. You would start apprenticing at 12, maybe hundreds of years ago. And by the time you were 18 or 20, you would be a master blacksmith, or you would be whatever it was, right? So that's much more because you learn by doing, you learn by experience, and that's all education is, but you don't have hands-on experience in school. You just get brainwashed with whatever nonsense and liberal arts and world art survey and these stupid fucking classes. And you get out in the world and you know nothing. You don't know anything about taxes. You don't know anything about investing. You know anything about the shit that you actually need to know to succeed in this world. You're just in debt, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on the degree. So let's say $100,000. Okay. What about 4 years of working? You can just get a job for regular wages and you'll end up with investments. You'll end up with you'll be advanced. You'll have experience. You're better off going to a trade school in so many cases for 12 months or 18 months and then working. You might be in debt 20 grand or 25 grand or whatever the heck it is. And then you have 2 years of working and you can pay that off really quickly. Most of these degrees, you will not be able to pay off that debt. You will not be able to pay off the fucking debt. You're not going to get a job. You're going to end up getting a job at a fast food place if you can find one now, right? And you're not going to be able to pay that off. Your humanities degree, your business management degree. Like, you don't need a degree to start a fucking business. Or manage a business. If you want to start a business, the last thing you want to do is go through fucking school. Most entrepreneurs don't. That's why most entrepreneurs tend to drop out, like the big, the top entrepreneurs or, the businesses, because they don't think inside the box. If you want to create a business and fix or solve the pain points in a white space, in an industry, you can't think the way everyone else thinks. So when you go to school, you just get taught what to think, not how to think, and not how to be creative. Wasn't that an Einstein quote? Knowledge is limited, but imagination is infinite. So imagination is much more important than knowledge because imagination has no limits. Papa Swole, does anyone know the average wait time for clothes ordered to Canada once you get a notification that's been shipped? Sorry, I'm pumped to get my gear. Appreciate it. I don't know. All I will say is with customs and with all the shipping issues with COVID, and I'm just saying from personal experience, lately a lot of my stuff has been getting lost, damaged, not shipped, been delayed, saying can't be delivered, your refund will be processed, things from Amazon, other companies. So there's been a lot of issues with shipping, so I would expect most things to be delayed in general. I don't know the average time, but I know it ships faster than it ever has with the previous site. So I would there's a lot of inconsistencies based on interstate and also international shipping. Even though it's Canada, I don't know. There's a lot of variables now. Tyler, do you think you're going to stream yourself playing video games? I'm not sure what you mean by that. No, I don't play video games. So no. Let's see here. LB, 100% agree. I have very little in loans actually since I have a job. Good for you. My sister has $160,000 in debt for a degree in engineering from out of state, no job. She now wants a PhD in sociology. Kill me. Jesus Christ. Yeah, PhD, what? So someone give you a piece of paper and be like, you know these things. That's the problem that I have with a lot of scientific studies, you know. And here's the thing: scientific studies are biased. Oftentimes, they're funded. They are a lot of the scientific studies that we would want to see for certain discussions that we have about nutrition weren't promoted, were eradicated, or weren't posted in journals because it didn't fit the mainstream narrative. Science is no different. Human corruption is everywhere. And I see this a lot on TikTok when I'm posting about eating grass-fed beef and organ meats, and, you know, vegetables aren't required, like in the same, like, you know, eat your vegetables all the time. Like, you shouldn't be plant-based, you should be animal-based. And then you can have some low toxin plants and certain ones that don't blow up your fucking gut. Like cabbage fucks me up. Brussels sprouts can go fuck itself. Broccoli can go suck a dick. Kale can literally jump off a fucking cliff. You know, I might have some asparagus now and again, or I might have, you know, some sweet potatoes. I love those. And maybe white rice on occasion. But I keep it minimal, and I'm getting all my micronutrients. I'm getting plenty of fiber. I'm eating fruit. And then people in the comments will be like, wow, studies have shown this, or this study over here, this study over here. You can't use the process of observation. Like, legit, I'm eating all these foods. I tell you what I eat every day. Everyone's like, do a full day of eating. I eat fucking steak in tallow and butter. That's my full day of fucking eating. I'll have some raw honey and some dates. I literally can say it in 10 seconds what I eat. And I'm 38 years old. I get plenty of sunlight. I exercise regularly. I do sauna. I do cold therapy. I mean, I take care of my health, and I'm in great fucking shape. I'm in the best shape of my fucking life. And anyone else that matches and goes similar to, you know, inside the Swole fam, you see amazing results. Do you need a double-blind, triple-blind fucking study for 1 million people to realize, oh shit, this is how we've evolved to eat? This is very, very logical. This is how you get all your nutrients and calorically dense food. You don't have to eat 10 pounds of greens that your food eats, barely process half of them, get crazy bloating. They taste like asshole. Just think about it. Plants are often toxic. The plants that we're eating today are not the plants that we ate before. This is not how we are here today. This is maybe why we survived, because we are omnivores. We're able to consume other things besides just meat. That doesn't mean that we are optimized when we eat those things. That just means, hey, if we can't kill an animal, we're still able to survive until we do. It's just very logical. You don't need a complete scientific study and longitudinal study for every last fucking thing. You can literally use your brain. You can use your brain. You can think. You can use your head. It's okay. It's okay. You're in your safe space here on the Daily Swole. You can think for yourself. Trust me, it's a beautiful thing to think for yourself. It's a beautiful fucking thing. Just be prepared to get pushback from people that don't want to use those brains, that want to just parrot the same old shit you hear all the fucking time. And this topic came up just now because I've been posting about, you know, why kids don't want to eat fucking vegetables, because they should be getting in more animal foods. And feeding kids vegan, or making your child be a vegan, is child abuse, because they're not going to develop functionally. They're not going to be healthy when they get older. Very rarely would that be successful, and you're doing them a massive disservice. But it's sad when you always see in the comments that, I don't know, there isn't a scientific, what do you think science is? Science is observation. Science is testing for yourself. Science is having a control and testing variables and seeing what the outcome is. You don't need to be in a fucking lab. You don't need to isolate certain ingredients and put them into a rat to be like, well, this rat study. Yeah, there aren't a lot of human studies are very, very hard because there's so many variables. So be a study of one, test it, see how you feel for yourself. Before you judge it, think for yourself, learn how the body has evolved. And just because we have teeth that can chew plants and stuff doesn't mean that's how we thrive. That's how we've survived. Surviving doesn't mean thriving. It's not easy. How many of you have hunted? It's not easy to kill a fucking animal. It was not easy to kill. I mean, it used to be, because there was a lot more of them. It's not easy to hunt. And I haven't gone hunting. I want to get into it, but it's not easy. You have to be very good, and you have to know where to go. And, you know, it's not as easy as it used to be. Like billions of buffalo on the plains, you just go like, throw a rock and hit a fucking buffalo. So, you know, but it's still not easy, and you still have to eat it fresh. You're eating the organs, you're eating the bones, you're boiling the bones, you're eating the organs, the brains, you're eating the entire thing. You're using the hide for your tents, you're using the hide for clothing, for staying warm. You're using the bones for weapons and stuff. So it's just natural. What do you get from a plant? You get an organism that's evolved for hundreds of millions, if not billions of years before humans and animals, that has evolved to protect itself chemically because it can't move. It doesn't have teeth. It doesn't have fangs and claws to defend itself. It has chemicals. That's why if you walk outside and you eat a leaf, you're going to probably throw up, and you could also die. There's poisonous plants. There's no poisonous fucking animal. There might be like one, right? But like a blowfish or some shit that you rarely see. But you go kill an animal and then you cook it, all good. You kill the bacteria, right? Or if it's a healthy animal, sometimes you eat liver and stuff raw, certain animals like that. But there's nothing poisonous in a creature like that. It's not poisonous. It's not going to kill you from eating it. Many plants will. Only you can kill a buffalo throwing a simple rock. Yeah, well, maybe. I said you could hit a buffalo. I didn't say you kill a buffalo. Like David and Goliath, you get like the sling and shit. All right, let's see here. Nick, I don't know if you've seen them. Have you seen the portable saunas that you plug into the wall? Looks like you're sitting in a cube. I've seen them. I don't know how they work. Seems like a really creepy thing, like wearing a plastic bag if you're trying to lose weight for a wrestling match. And I can only imagine how much those must stank. I don't know. Anyone else use those? I've never used them. I've seen them on Amazon stuff, but those must get funky. I'd recommend cleaning that immediately. Okay, let's take... Oh, interesting. Yvonne, funny how there's plenty of studies demonizing meat, but ones observing malnutrition in vegans are hard to find. Well, I can observe malnutrition in vegans just by going on TikTok. It's very fucking easy. Very easy. Yeah, and all those studies that say, oh, meat's bad for you. Meat raises, all these risks of cancer and blah, blah. Yeah, when you demonize fat and red meat for decades, people are usually going to be going against the grain and have other bad habits as well. That alone, most people that are eating, even today, you see any of those studies and any of those articles are usually, they don't discern between quality meat. And people are still going to say, well, there have been studies that show grass-fed meat and regular meat have no difference. Get the fuck out of here. You want to eat a sick, dying animal that eats poison, or do you want to eat a healthy animal? I don't care if they have the same amount of protein. Like, seriously, that's not the question. Oh, they have the same amount of fat per gram. I'm not talking about macros. I'm talking about micronutrients, and I'm talking about all those fucking toxins that are in sick animals. Okay? And just because you can't find them or you're not testing for them, it's just like anabolic steroids. What are you testing for? There are a lot of things in this world that we don't know yet that won't show up on a test if you're not testing for it, if you don't know what to look for. But I'll tell you what, I don't want to eat a sick fucking dying animal. I want to eat a wild animal or an animal that's eating what it's supposed to fucking eat. It's just ridiculous. Would you want to eat a morbidly obese human being if you had to be a cannibal? Or would you want to eat someone that's actually healthy with good muscle mass and body fat percentage? Or you want to eat someone who's like someone from my 600-pound life, just completely nasty fucking liver, just gross, disgusting organs? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. I'm not telling you to go be a cannibal, but it just makes sense. You want to eat an animal that's healthy. That's it. It's very simple. And when you're eating meat, what do they usually talk about? They're usually eating processed meat, pumped full of nitrites and nitrates and all these other preservatives and garbage quality sodium, not Celtic sea salt or Redmond real salt or even Himalayan. You're getting just completely sodium chloride. So you're getting overloaded without all the the minerals that are in a natural quality sea salt. You're also getting carbs. So if you're eating meat with buns and processed sugar and you're drinking a soda. So let's say, oh, well, meat's bad for you. All right. This person smokes a pack a day. This person drinks 6 beers a day. This person eats meat with all the mayo and gross shit on a Big Mac, and they eat the bun or the processed carbohydrates. They drink a nice big gulp of soda, supersize that shit, liquid sugar, and they eat some fries soaked in vegetable oil and fried in vegetable oil. So you tell me how red meat is bad. The average person is eating tons of these fucking garbage foods along with it. And Add on that not sleeping properly. Most people don't sleep properly. Most people don't even lift weights or exercise. Most people don't meditate and lower their stress. So you're talking about people that are fucking unhealthy as shit and then blaming that one aspect of their consumption. And that one aspect of their consumption, the red meat, is low quality shit fucking food. So even the meat itself is low quality on top of all the other bad habits. I'm sure these studies, they're probably self-reported. Oh, shocker. Fucking shocker. Too much sense? Am I making too much sense? Yeah. A little too much? A little too much sensicles? All right, let's get into some balls deep content because it's fucking time. Bacious. It's time.
That's deep.
It is time. It is time. All right, remember, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're leaving a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Listen everywhere, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Go to www.thedailyswole.com to check out all the links where you can catch the live streams and such. And of course, head on over to swolenormousx.com to download your copy of the 7 Pillars and to join the Swole fam today. Now is the time to fucking
shampoo my crotch.
If you join the Swole fam today, you can shampoo my crotch. Digitally. I don't really want you to shampoo my crotch. That'd be fucking weird, Mama Swole. You wouldn't be happy about that. So download your copy of the 7 Pillars, available in the main menu. You can check out memberships, check out the blog over there, swolenormousx.com. Solo in Swole fam. All right, let's look at Instagram dietitian because we know that we need some education on nutrition. We've just been talking about nutrition. So drop some dookie in the comments. Let's get some. That felt nice. Here we go, fam. Drum roll. What do we got? Jen, the dietitian.
What's in the box?
From North Vancouver, British Columbia. Oh, you fucking Canadians. What are you doing over there? What are you doing? What you doing over there? What are you doing? Oh my God. Holy fucking filler. Jesus. All right, let's start off with an ad hominem attack. My God.
What is about your face?
What is that?
Right in your
what is going on here?
I can do to work on that?
No,
so you
not
wouldn't...
really. It's your face.
Woo!
What the fuck is that?
Good Lord. Good Lord. Easy on that shit. God, a little goes a long way. All right, here's a post. It says empty calories. Yo, I am so tired of these. I'm so tired of these fucking posts. I'm so tired.
He's on fire!
All right, so this is one of those posts where they show every junk food, and every junk food has one word of a sentence. You know what this is? This is literally a visual way to do the clapping thing. Like, is just a label to make you feel like shit about eating. It's that stupid fucking clapping. So empty calories is just a label to make you feel like shit about eating. And she has, every single word has a picture. Let me just tell you, if you're just listening to the podcast, here's what the pictures are. The first one is what? A container full of lollipops, like those multicolored wheel lollipops. Then we have a chocolate chip muffin. Then we have a chocolate bar. Then we have those chocolate little pops. Then we have a bag of chips. Then we have a stack of donuts, like stack of donuts with jizz all over them. Then we have a tall glass of Coca-Cola. Then we have a pile of French fries and vegetable oil, of course. Then we have a piece of bread. Then we have popsicles. Then we have, what the fuck is that? Pasta? Okay. And then we have a container of jelly beans. So you want to tell me that those foods are good for you? Oh, empty calories is just a label to make you feel like shit about eating. It's just a label to make you feel like shit about eating. Just a fucking label. I'll tell you what. No, it's not just a fucking label. It's a statement that references the fact that there's no micronutrient value whatsoever in any of those foods. You're not getting any value, just inflammation and a straight kick to your fucking pancreas. That's all you're getting. They are empty calories. Yes, you get energy. You're getting no value. So if you want to go down the diabetes route, then just listen to Jen the dietitian. This is the worst fucking shit. Jen the dietitian. Jen the cunt. Jen the dumbass. How the fuck can you say that you're a dietitian with a straight face? Oh, because your face doesn't fucking move. Let's read your caption. Jesus Christ. Morons. Fucking morons. I didn't know they stack shit that high.
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
All right. Empty calories are bullshit. Oh, and the S has a $sign. Ooh, because you don't want to swear. You don't want to swear on your profile. They're bull $sign shit. It is a diet culture term to make us feel and shame. To make us feel and shame. Okay. English, please. To make us feel shame about eating foods considered morally inferior. No, all right. There's nothing moral about these foods. These are fake foods that trash your health. I don't care if you feel morally offended by it. They're not good for you. If you can eat them all you want. Just shut the fuck up about it. Get obese, get diabetes, but please pay for it yourself. I'd rather my taxes go to actually improve the wellness and the well-being of our infrastructure in our country. Every food gives us something. Thankfully, you're in Canada, so but we still pay your allowance, don't we? Every food gives us something: pleasure, enjoyment, satisfaction, connection. That's just food. That's just food. Satisfaction and connection. Pleasure. So you're sticking strawberries up your asshole? Now, I'm not arguing an apple is equivalent to a chocolate bar with regards to nutrients, vitamins, minerals, fiber, etc. But each and every food gives us energy, otherwise known as calories, which is actually just a unit for measuring energy. Wow. Thank you, Mr. Science. Wow. Every food gives us energy. That's not true. Not every food has really usable caloric value, but okay. Using labels like empty calories just makes us put foods in the bad or unhealthy category, which drives up the guilt and shame when we eat these foods. Why do you think you have guilt and shame? It's because you know you're eating trash. You're just trying to justify it. So rather than trying to justify your terrible habits, again, it's easier to change your hashtag and blame diet culture than it is to change your fucking habits and take ownership of your health and make changes. Seriously, you could shut the fuck up and just eat the food. Stop trying to push this kind of obesity and terrible health protocols to other people. As a dietitian, this is fucking evil. Let's drop the labels and allow ourselves to enjoy food for all the reasons why we may eat it, which includes enjoying it purely for taste and pleasure. Get that instant mouth pleasure, you fucking crackhead. This chick and Hunter Biden, my God. Double tap if you agree and drop me an emoji on your favorite fun food. My favorite fun food. I'll give you a fun food.
Go fuck yourself.
I'll give you a fun food. I think she needs a fun food. How about we send her something special?
How about I send you a hobo's dick cheese?
Yeah, how about we send her a hobo's dick cheese? How about we send her a hobo's dick cheese? How about it? All right, let's get into another one. Ooh, we got one from Black Fat Queer. I'm not saying that to be rude. That's actually the handle that was chosen.
What's in the box?
That's actually the handle that was chosen. Okay, we've covered this before. This is from @BlackFatQueer. That is not made up by myself. That is self-imposed. That is a title of pride from this person. Whatever it is, I couldn't tell you because who knows these days? It is 2021 after all. This tweet says, "You really don't have to exercise if you don't want to." Apparently. It is a choice. Apparently. You don't even need an explanation. You simply just ain't gotta want to do it. That hurts my brains. It hurts my brain to just speak so poorly. Remember that when you are posting shit to guilt and shame you into exercising, remember that when people are posting shit to guilt and shame you into exercising. If you are this much of a weak individual that you get guilted and shamed into exercising, one, good, because the outcome is you're going to get off your fucking ass and exercise. But number two, if I feel guilted and shamed, stop giving a fuck what other people say. Like if you want to be fat and unhealthy, do it. But just don't promote it as if you want a trophy for being fucking lazy. That's the only bad thing. Like, you didn't win anything. You're not a more valuable person for playing the victim. If you want to eat yourself to death, that's what freedom is in this country. And it's a beautiful thing. So stop trying to take it away from us, by the way, you lunatics. But if you want to eat yourself to death, then do so. No one's slapping the donuts out of your hand. You have a death grip on those, literally and figuratively, pun intended. So you don't have to want to exercise, but if you don't want diabetes, if you don't want heart disease, if you don't want cancer, it's like you should probably start thinking about all these other environmental factors that negatively affect your health. Thank you. Come again. I'm sure you will. Oh my God. Doctor. We're on fire today. We're on fucking fire.
Sell crazy someplace else.
We're rapping.
We're all stocked up here.
We're on it. We're on it. Christopher, I can't imagine being this lazy. Good Lord. There's so much effort. You've heard like the term effort to be lazy. That's like making one trip from the grocery store, you know, putting bags around your fucking neck and your fingers are bleeding because you're carrying all these bags up the stairs. One trip, motherfuckers, one trip. Yeah, effort to be lazy. They're putting in so much effort to not do a goddamn fucking thing. So much effort. Oh my God, so much effort. All right, let's get into Let's see. We got the Fat Doctor, fam. We got the Fat Doctor. I'll take a couple comments. You ready for the Fat Doctor? You got to drop some biceps and gorillas in the comments. Ready for this? Ready for more Fat Doctor? All right. Okay. Yeesh. All right. All right. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. Hold on. I got one coming. Oh, not bad. All right. Yow. Yow. Come on. Oh, settle down, Joe.
Then there's something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
It wasn't that bad. It was pretty solid. It was pretty solid. It was nice. It was a nice blast. All right, let's get into today's shitty. Ooh, I see the fly on the ceiling. I'm gonna kill you later, motherfucker. Get on my bug racket. Get the fuck out of here. Kamikaze bug. Okay, let's see. I'm not ready. She looks horrendous. Well, this is not a video. This is her face. And here we go. You ready for this? I'm on fire, baby. I'm on fire.
What's in the box?
Okay, now this is another reminder that if you have a mask on in your profile, you are a cunt.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
Just a reminder, okay? If you are putting your mask on in your profile, I don't care if you wear one, go do whatever you want. But if you have your mask on in your profile picture, you're a cunt. Okay? Straight up. End of story. This is from the Fat Doctor UK because apparently you want to take advice from someone who's less healthy than you. And it writes, true, colon. Colon. I said colon. I said colon. Where's my fart? Okay. A calorie deficit will lead to weight loss. Also true. Oh, God. This chick just keeps on going after the same old fucking point. Also true, a calorie deficit is not sustainable in the long term. No shit. It's called maintenance. It's called maintenance. You can't just lose forever. Okay. The body compensates by lowering its basal metabolic rate. The brain increases its hunger signals. Willpower is no match for evolution. Weight gain is inevitable. You are such a fucking evil goddamn person.
You're not making this easy on me, boy.
You are such an evil fucking person. You are a terrible doctor and you don't know your ass from your fucking elbow, which is quite important. You know, as per Seinfeld, you don't know what the tube or the circle is, motherfucker. So let's look at this. A calorie deficit will lead to weight loss. Thank you. Thank you for the thermodynamics lesson. Now here, a calorie deficit is absolutely not sustainable in the long term. You know why? Because if you just ate and lost indefinitely, you just fucking die. But here's what you don't talk about, Fat Doctor. Stop talking about just calorie deficits. You need to get your fucking patients to lift goddamn weights, which will raise your metabolic rate. So then you can lift. I just posted this on TikTok. Ladies, right? Eat more, lift more, and eat more. You lift more weights, you'll build lean muscle mass, you'll raise your metabolic rate, and then you can lose body fat by eating 2,000 or 2,200 or 2,400 calories because you are increasing your requirement to maintain and to rebuild muscle tissue. Lift more, eat more, get better sleep so you're not burning muscle and you're not storing fat, right? If you don't get enough sleep, you don't get 7 hours of sleep a night, you'll start burning muscle and you're not going to be, you'll be holding on to body fat. So lift weights, build muscle, eat quality food, get more sleep, you'll lose fat. Willpower is no match for evolution. Weight gain is inevitable. If you're an idiot, if you're not telling people what to do properly, we're just going to sit around and eat less. Yeah, it's called starving. Okay, you can't just eat less. You have to exercise. 7 fucking pillars. This chick is a goddamn, she should lose her license yesterday. It's so pathetic. It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. How can you say diets don't work when I lost X amount last time I went on one? In quotes. Well, that kind of depends on what your definition of work is. Oh, God. Short-term weight loss? Sure. Calorie deficits will almost certainly lead to this. Well, calorie deficits will lead to weight loss, period. If you're starving yourself, yeah, Your body is going to crash out because your body doesn't want to die, you fool. Long term, almost certainly not, for lots of reasons. Complex ones that essentially come down to one thing. The body is not designed to lose weight. Weight loss is a sign of starvation, and the body does whatever it can to prevent this. Blah, 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 blah. You know what? All right, let's keep reading it. Just, I don't want to read this anymore, but let's just finish it because it's really bad. That's why you shouldn't diet. You should just make lifestyle changes, and they will lead to improved health and weight loss. Yes and no. What are you talking about? Lifestyle changes means lifting and eating quality foods. You don't think so, doc? Hey, doctor, you care about health so much. What's the problem here? Depends on what you mean by lifestyle changes. 7 pillars, twat. Better community, eating quality foods. Food quality is paramount. Number 1, forget the fucking calorie balance and deficit and surplus. Eat quality foods first. Figure out what those are. Do an elimination diet. Training hard, lifting weights, recovery, proper sleep, hydration, right? Proper program design. Also, mobility, mindfulness, lower your stress, lower cortisol levels. Be consistent as fuck. You'll get it. 7 pillars all fucking day. Depends what you mean by lifestyle changes. If you're talking about listening to your body, no longer restricting or pursuing weight loss and learning #body acceptance,
go fuck yourself,
then sure, but it won't necessarily lead to weight loss. It's still good for your health though. Quote, you just lack willpower. Willpower isn't an actual thing. You know that, right? It is, but it's not what you should be depending on to create lifestyle changes. It's called building better habits. Another quote, you're just a bitter, lazy, fat person. Well, the fat doctor is absolutely a bitter, lazy, fat person. She's definitely fat. She's fighting really hard to be lazy, and she's bitter as fuck. Why is she going against actual reality? Why is she fighting against science? Why is she fighting against science, doc?
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
She's going to Fauci's gym. Stay inside, wear a mask. Don't lift, just restrict your calories. No, quarantine 20. It's good for you. You had a stressful year. Fuck you, buddy. You're damn right I'm bitter and angry. No shit. You need to get fucked like last year. You're well overdue. I don't know who would bang. I just threw out my mouth a little bit. I'm sick of all the bigotry and body shaming. Well, because you take it personally rather than, personal responsibility. You take things on the interwebs personally. You get offended by the internets. The World Wide Webs. And I am almost, okay, here we go. We got some honesty here. This is the only true thing that she said. I am most definitely fat. You're goddamn right you're fat. Okay, but I am not lazy. Well, how you define lazy? I beg to differ. I mean, you're very active in trying to justify your lack of action. It's just ironic. You're working so hard to refuse to work hard. You're putting in so much effort to not take action. It's really like, it's like the medical version of Atlas Shrugged. Okay, but I am not lazy. That comment, on the other hand, lashing out and stating the obvious, that's about as lazy as it gets. Try harder. All right, I'm lost here. What just happened? I'm just, there we go. That was not bad.
We choose truth over facts.
You are most definitely fat. Lazy, it depends on how you're defining lazy. You certainly don't want to put in effort for your health, which is ironic because you're a fat doctor. You're a doctor. You're supposed to want to, doctors are supposed to want to help people get healthier, right? Not justify their sickness, not justify their terrible habits. That should be that should be do no harm, right? The Hippocratic Oath. Like, you're doing harm by telling people to justify their fucking addictive habits. You keep smoking, keep drinking, keep eating. You deserve it. Yeah, intuitive death, intuitive obesity. A 10? Ooh, we got a couple 10s. Jennifer, Alpha, 10. Mr. Steal Your Humanity, the French judge, a 6. Anna, 7.1. All right, settle down. Settle down. Oh, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous what this does, eh? Let's see what we got here. We got a video coming up. We got one more. Let's see what this is. Yeah, actually, we were talking about the vid earlier, so we got this other article, and you guys can drop your thoughts in the comments down below.
What's in the box?
We're talking about this, that viruses aren't going to go away, so Biden administration will recommend COVID booster shots for all Americans 8 months after their second dose.
That's fucking bullshit.
Get ready for your third and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth. You got the D variant, you got the L variant, you got the M, NOP, QRS, TUV, WX, Y, and Z. Now I got all my vaccines. Next time, will you, I don't know, let me breathe? Not bad. All right, there we go. Off the cuff. I wasn't planning that one. All right. Okay. Hold on.
We
Settle
hold
down.
these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go.
Okay.
You know the thing.
So be prepared to keep on injecting shit for the rest of your life, or being scared into injecting shit the rest of your life. Now, here's the thing. You make the best decision that's right for you. All right. I'm not telling you to do it or not do it. Okay. You ask me what I would choose or what I'm going to do. I'll tell you, but I don't have to tell you, and you don't have to tell me. And again, right. You talk to your doctor, you make the decision that's best for you and your family, blah, 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 blah. I really encourage you to think for yourself and think why this shit's going on. Okay. And the problem with all these boosters and these extra, shot after shot. Everybody shot.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Is that, look, it's not going to take away your diabetes. It's not going to take away your diabetes. It's not going to improve. How is it? It's not going to improve your health. Fact. It's not going to improve your fucking health. Oh, shocker. The original shots don't protect against this variant. Do you know why? Because it mutates. It's called the evolutions, yeah? It's called the evolutions. Care to step on the train? Evolution. Vaccine. It's going to always have a variant. Viruses, it's detours. It's an evolutionary detour. Just detours, change a little bit, and then gets around these things. Like viruses are always going to change. So this is not going to take away your diabetes. This is not going to fix your heart disease. For many people, there's more risk than reward. Like this is not going to stop. So you want to take care of your health? How about that? You want to go outside and get some sunlight, for God's sake, before it's fucking winter again? You can't get light. Oh my God, it's everywhere. The cases are spiking. One, says who? You're just throwing up numbers. Number two, people get the flu every fucking year. And yeah, when you're not getting vitamin D, which is like one of the top things to do to improve your health, especially with this virus. Yeah, and there's less light. There's less sun, right? The angle with the sun. That's why I'm living near the equator, right? Florida, it's fucking hot as balls. You get plenty of vitamin D all year round. But yeah, why do you think the flu? Why do you think people get sick around the winter? Because they're not getting enough sunlight. They're not eating quality foods. They're staying inside and just eating fucking carbs and comfort foods and not exercising because it's so cold they don't go outside. Yeah. Yeah, most people don't get vitamin D for months, and most people don't get vitamin D during the summer either. Most people in Florida, oh my God, it's so hot outside. They don't go outside, or they slather on sunblock and block all the beneficial rays. They don't just go outside for a little bit, then go back inside and go back outside. And they don't get full body sun. They'll get a little bit on their forearms and their head and maybe like their ankles. That's not enough. That's not vitamin D. You need to get like fucking full body sun. So yeah, people are going to get sick around the winter again, as always. It always happens like that because people don't take care of their health in general, and it just gets magnified, the lack of their own personal care in the winter. It's not magic. It's just very common sense. And do we need a double-blind study to use our brains? How do we make it here today? How do we make it in society? Like, how do we make it this far? Right? With double-blind, placebo-controlled trials and all that shit? No, that's not how we got here. We got here by anecdotes. We got here by experimentation. We got here by ingenuity. Yeah, that can help. Absolutely. Like you learn, it's called building, learning on the backs of other giants and greats, but it's also how the game telephone gets played. You have doctors that did these bias studies back in the day, and then you have other ones that learn that in school, and they die. And then, you know, these things get lost in translation, and you dig back into the studies and the things that didn't get published and the reasons and the politics and the social issues and the backdoor dealings. And a lot of these studies are just completely full of fucking shit. You know, if you've ever done statistics, just saying, if you've ever done stats in college, you know, you can back engineer that. You can reverse extrapolate. You can randomize outcomes. You could randomize data that will lead back to a certain source. You can literally do that. You could do that. Remember, we did that on like a TI-83 or 85 on those calculators. You just be like, hey, we want this outcome. And then it would extrapolate random data that would lead to that graph going a certain direction. You know, you're not supposed to do that, but you can. That's all it is. You can get random data points that actually lead you to the result that you want. And when you have journals and all these different organizations that have a certain narrative and that are, you know, controlled politically, and science is not supposed to be based on consensus. And that's one of the problems that we're seeing today.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
It's not about control. It's not about the same narrative. It's not about consensus. It should be about hypotheses. It should be about asking questions and then testing these hypotheses and continuing to test until you can prove something, or, you know, beyond a reasonable doubt, or you can lead you towards another methodology. So the problem is that there's only one narrative, there's only one answer, and you can't have that conversation. So this is not science. What you're dealing with now is not science. And I implore you to look into this stuff yourself and to think for yourself. And I have my own opinions, and I have strong opinions, but I hold them lightly. If you show me any kind of like logical and realistic evidence and proof for any of these things, it's like there's too many questions. There's way too many questions and way too many just nonsensical fucking approaches to this whole situation, and many things when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to finance, when it comes to science, when it comes to all the virus, when it comes to all these things. There's just fucking roads that go nowhere. It's like you ever do that? You go off the highway and it's like, you know, road closed or it's not completed. You just go down, all of a sudden the road just turns into a dirt path and just ends, and there's like a bush. You're like, what the fuck? It's like, okay, road ends. There's just too many of those. It just doesn't make sense. But not enough people are going down and seeing where it leads and be like, oh, there's nothing here. Oh, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh, there's no logic behind it. Oh, there's no... Yeah. Trust me. And most people are so busy overworking themselves for an inflated currency and bickering about fucking race bullshit going back 50 fucking years that they're too distracted to pay attention to what's actually going on. And this goes back, and we'll just tie this in. We'll give away the Swole card, but this ties it all back in to the initial point. And Afghanistan right now is a huge fucking mess, and it's a huge fucking problem. But I implore you to think and look around and keep your eyes and ears open, because when every single mainstream outlet is just, vroom, it's like the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings, like vroom, all the attention's there. Everything's just being flooded. Boom, boom, boom. Afghanistan. You scroll down on the news page and it's just fucking 20 goddamn things. What are we not talking about? What else is going on? What deals are being passed? What's going to slip through the cracks because all the attention, all the headlines are on that. And all you hear about for a week, it was just like the UFO thing. You hear about something, it'll be front page news for a fucking few days, and then boom. I mean, have you ever seen the movie? It was an old Woody Harrelson, Dustin Hoffman, and who the fuck else? Wag the Dog. Remember that movie? Remember that movie where they manufactured that war with Albania or something like that? You know, this is before social media. Like this, all this stuff fucking happens all the time. You know, little conflicts or little distractions. And yeah, it's harder to do now, but now there's so many different people. There's so many different things, you know, that you don't know which is which. It's just distraction. So you always have to pay attention to and think about what's not being, excuse me, what's not being discussed and what you're being distracted from. So that stuff's real. It's absolutely real. So again, Afghanistan is going on. These issues are going on. This is legit. But none of the other things that we were dealing with last week, the week before, the month before disappeared. This is just where the attention is today. So ask yourself why. Think about why. What are you being distracted from? What is being overlooked? What is not being paid attention to? What moves are being made in the meantime? It's like, look over there. Nyeh. Right? You distract with the Eye of Sauron in that direction, then Frodo and Sam can fucking drop the ring in in Mount Doom. It's the same fucking concept, right? It's the same fucking concept. That's why Aragorn and the fucking armies, right, of Gondor went, because to give Frodo more time to pull them away. It's exactly why they fucking did it. It's exactly why they fucking did it. So why are we looking here? What else is going on? Just a thought. All right, drop in the comments down below. Good rant today. On fire. As always. Rocking.
Boom shakalaka!
Anyway, so let's see. Some hashtag Swole card. Tainty Magooch. Oh, I got a burp.
I am the danger.
All right, so we got a hashtag Tainty Magooch. Remember, head on over to swolenormousx.com, download your copy of the 7 Pillars, check out memberships, check out the links over there. You can go to thedailyswole.com also and find all the links and for the podcast and where you can listen and all that good shit. And I will be texting all of you as soon as those new designs are up, the new collections available on papasawyer.com. I will post you immediately. That way you can go and grab your brand new gear over there at papasawyer.com. It's fire. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's give away today's Swole card. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Do it. Bish. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. We got a Schwinner. Winner, Ricardo Gutierrez. Congratulations. Ricardo. Hey, Ricardo. Whenever someone's name is Richard, I always say Ricardo because I like the name Ricardo. Congratulations. Everyone say congratulations in the comments down below. Oh, all right. Okay, all right. People love some fucking. All right. Okay. Well, don't worry. We'll be back here for some more Tainty Magooch. Isn't that nice, Falcon? It was a nice carb. I know. All right. Congratulations, Ricardo. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swolecard 1929 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. And remember, everyone, head on over to swolenormousx.com and join the Swole fam today. Don't miss out on all the good Swole fam goodness. Oh, by the way, because if you are not yet a member of the Swole fam, you beesh, you're going to miss out on our new, our special Back to Swole event coming up on Monday, August 30th. So 2 weeks from today or yesterday, Back to Swole, exclusively for members only. So 2 accountability meetings from yesterday, 12 noon Eastern time, August 30th. That's going to be fire, major releases, major announcements. Super fucking sweet. We have these throughout the year, intermittently, and they are awesome. So Back to Swole, major release event, a release party, as it were, inside Swolenormous X live exclusively in Swole TV. So don't miss out on that. Monday, August 30th, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Don't miss out. Yaboosh. That being said, let's nut this fucking slut, shall we? Falcon, take us away. I know. Calm your tits, bro.
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there like a little lady in a race car.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I'd be the luckiest guy alive if that did it for me.
Well, thank you so much, fam, for joining me. Go get some sun on your nips. Go make some sick fucking gains. Share the podcast with some of those sexy beaches you know. Oh yeah, congratulations, Ricardo. Congratulaciones.
I was kidding!
I'm not kidding.
I was only kidding!
Chill down, Antonio. Such a cranky beach. Oh, nice. Nice.
What the hell kind of country is this where I can only hate a man if he's white?
I don't know how to put this, but kind of a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Chicks will dig you, or dudes, or whatever gender thing you're into.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Little cock piano. All right, always appreciated. I know. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, head on over to swolenormousx.com to join the Swole fam today and all the free downloads, 7 pillars, and so much more. We'll see you tomorrow for 1930. Peace, McGeese, Deuce, Magoose, ya boy, Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new